My person that I had to do the project on was Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells was born July 16th, 1862 in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and died March 25th, 1931. She was born just before President Abraham Lincoln when he issued the Emancipation Proclamation. Her father was named James Wells, and he was a carpenter, and her mother was Elizabeth Warrenton Wells. Both parents were enslaved until freed under the proclamation, 1 year after she was born. Ida was an African American journalist, newspaper editor, and, with her husband, newspaper owner Frederick L. Barnett, an early leader in the civil rights movement. She documented lynching in the United States, showing how it was often a way to control or punish blacks who competed with whites. She was active in the women's rights and women's suffrage movement, establishing several notable women's organizations. On May 4, 1884, a train conductor, Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad, ordered Wells to give up her seat and move into the smoking car, which was already crowded with other passengers. The year before, Supreme Court had struck down the Federal Civil Rights Act of 1875, which banned racial discrimination in public accommodations. Several railroad companies continued to illegal racial segregation of the passengers, especially when traveling in the South. Wells refused to give up her seat. 71 years before the activist Rosa Parks showed similar resistance on the bus. The conductor and two men dragged Wells out of the car. When she returned to Memphis, she hired an African American attorney to sue the railroad. Wells became a public figure in Memphis when she wrote a newspaper article for The Living Way, a black church weekly, about her treatment on the train. When her lawyer was paid off by the railroad, she hired a white attorney. She won her case on December 24th, 1884, when the local circuit court granted her a $500 settlement. The railroad company appealed to the Tennessee Supreme Court, which reversed the lower court's ruling in 1887. It concluded, "We think that it is evident that the purpose of the defendant in error was to harass with a view to his suit, and that the persistence was not in good faith to obtain a comfortable seat for the short ride." Wells was ordered to pay the court costs.